part 2 to making brown rice. Let's go where we left off. So you're gonna let that dry for about 4 to 5 hours. Go ahead and fold them bags up nicely like that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So remember where we left off? It was 7 bags of rice. This is the rice that I used. Long grain natural brown rice. These are the ingredients. Yes, sir. All love and respect. Go ahead and use some vinegar, some distilled water. There you go. You see my distiller right there. My pressure cooker that I use right there, 23 quarts. Here's the level spacers. So this is the order I'm going to show you how I put it in. You can go ahead and do it different or use other things if you'd like, but this is the way I do it. So this is my rice. As you can see, they're getting ready to get sterilized, pressure cooked. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All love and respect. Here we go again. Let me go ahead and get this going. So we're going to start out. There's nothing in there. Give you guys a better view. Better view. So hold up. Alright, let me get started again. What we got going on? The first pan. We're going to cook that one right there. Yep. Here we go. Seconds. Put all the water. I end up using that whole pot. This whole little thing, I believe, or no, it's like a gallon jug of water. So yes or not, the water's in there. You see that's completely poured, it's empty. We're gonna go ahead and stack all 7 bags of rice in this pressure cooker. So this is how it was. I used the bottom one, middle one. Yes, sir. And you see the water is barely at the level. Now we're going to go ahead and get these all up in there. Remember I told you there's 7. You see how I folded them? So that way when it goes to impulse sealing, there's not too much water. Hopefully we pray by the area. This is the way I fold. Fold back, fold under, roll. Brush all the air out. Make sure there's no air in there. And I always put the filter up. You see it going. I speeded it through because it's just, you see me, I'm going to stack all of them in there. I was able to fit all 3 pounds, 7 bags in there. Now they're all stacked in there nice and neatly. Of course, I put one off into the side. And then we're going to put this up in there. Put the lid on there. Go ahead and switch back over to the stove. Let's get it going. See, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on a full high heat all the way to the top. You see I still just had a little top screen covered. That's how I prefer it. Then I'm gonna put up the pressure cooker with the top lid on it. See how there's that little latch? Sorry, just had to use it so I could flop it over. See, it's a 0. We do not want to put the weight on there. You want to get it to rumble boil, get it to heat up. My little jar for any condensation and all the extra water that leaks out just during the processing. You don't have to, but this is what I like. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It always works. And you see right here, there's still no pressure, no weight on there. There we go. Now we got it going where it looks like the time has started for the 10 minutes. What you do with that 10-minute timer, you're just purging out all the excess air in there and just keeping basically all the air that's in there sterile. See, I'm running it up. There we go. I'm almost 7. See, show you got a very on this purge. very consistency flow. Must have. So let me go ahead and get back in with you right here now. As we're covered, the 10 minutes are up. You're going to want to add the weight on there. Your purge system completely cooked. Go ahead and let the pressure rise until it gets to the 15 psi before you even start your time. Here we go. See how it's slowly warming up. So the time doesn't start for sterilization until it's all the way up to the 15. And here we go, back check it out. Still going. Come check a little again. You see it's slowly working up there. See it's slowly bubbling. Yes sir, yes sir. And you see the little pressure lock has hit. That should have already went up during the process of you purging out. And if the pressure lock doesn't work, you can actually squeeze the handles together, and it'll force the pressure to causing it to automatically lock in place. Now here we go. We're almost there. Almost to the 15 psi where the timer begins. This is the time that gets a little exciting, but a little nerve-wracking. So you see it's slowly going. Go ahead and pay attention to this very clearly. Watch it get to that point. It's the lovely sweet spot is what I look for, right in the middle. See how I got the little drops? Push that little over. Let's fix that. So, that's what that little jar is there for. Yep. All right. Here we go. Got the little drip. We got the 15 psi. Slowly rocking. It's almost there. So we're already 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes into the second video, and you are barely getting ready to take off. As you see, it is almost time to begin this timer. Well, you get long journey ahead. I patiently appreciate y'all for steadily waiting for this, because it's a little slow but long process. But it's well worth it at the end. I would say so myself. So now they go to see this is starting to get up to the 15 psi. Yes, sir. Take a little longer. Yeah, I know I dragged it out. Could have speeded it up a little bit more. But I want y'all to know that this is a very important factor part. So we steadily, patiently waiting, and you see that now that it's gotten to the 15 psi, we're going to go to turn it down to medium heat. Medium heat, ladies and gentlemen, medium heat. And you can go ahead and begin your timer, which you see I say right here. You want to know how many minutes I ask or how I prefer? Well, this is Rice, and I want to do 83 minutes, and the timer has begun. So let me get back with you here. We'll check back. All right, still rolling, a little over 15 psi. We're looking at the time, and we are a few minutes into it. So you see that 30 minutes has already gone by. We're on a medium-low heat, and still pooping hot. Let's check back in with you here in a little bit, see what we look like. Alright, yes sir, we're still rolling, still looking good, steadily and flowing. So, yep, still at the medium high heat. Doing the 54 minutes left on the timer. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and continue roasting. Pretty good myself, I say. So, you might want to take a little break, come back, and we're going to get back to it. Since we've already been 10 minutes into this video, you might want to go take your little smoke break in real life, your little eat session, whatever you want to call it. Well, we're back into it. 30 minutes left on the timer. You see it's still going, steadily rolling. We've already had 50 minutes and I'm still on a medium-high heat. Nothing's changed. Got a little bit of driplets, not too much. Let's come back here in a little bit. See how we're checking. Alright, we're done. Finally, the 83 minutes is over. You just turn off the timer, let it sit. I prefer letting it sit for a good couple hours, preferably 2 to 3 hours. Preferably enough to let it cool down, 4 hours if possible. Don't be rushy. And you see my bags, so now I'm going to unfold them. And this is where I'm going to use my impulse sealer and I'm going to seal. Make sure to seal 2 times just to make sure that the first case it doesn't work and the second one does. It's like that drippy drop. Be patient. So in most impulse sealers, the best way to do is after the light goes off, count. I like to count to 23, 24, preferably a higher number. Get a better seal. If you do a quick seals, you're gonna wind up just fucking it up, not looking right. It's not gonna really seal properly. So be patient, work through it, make it go. But you see, obviously, I got 7 bags to seal up. So, But as I'm sitting here patiently sealing up all these bags, I hope you have patiently understood that this is a patient process, and you will learn to be patient. If not, you will figure it out eventually. So, let me go ahead and get back to this. You see, I have that fold. I'm sticking right in there and I'm holding, giving a press, giving a squeeze. Doing it just to knock your knees. So, all love and respect. Use this information wisely. As you see how I'm patiently waiting in between presses. Let me go ahead and fast forward a little bit more information you guys can know. So here you go. Now you gotta do the best part of the process. You remember that I showed you in the bags of mushrooms that it comes with the self-injecting healing port. Well, I like to rub the bags with isopropyl, a little bit of alcohol, put it on a paper towel, and go ahead and make sure it's on your fingers or hands. And you see, obviously, I have a mask, a hairnet, and some gloves on. So, yes. Double process. I just like to be clean, just in case. Always have to be safe than sorry. Cause that green shit sucks. Any other mold sucks. Cobweb mold sucks. Bacteria mold sucks. It just all sucks in between. So here we go. You see these self-injected port tapes. These are the gel ones that come with it. Go ahead and place them on there. I like to place them on there all at once. And then after you see I'm placing them on there, what I like to do afterwards. Helps out a lot. And it makes it from you losing it. So, and when you're actually ready to actually do the injection process, you can do another piece of tape right over it. Covers it right up, holds it right on there, and you ain't got to worry about it messing up when your bags are rubbing up against each other. So, get a little. So you see me go ahead and stack these up. I'm going to finish this process up. You see I'm slowly getting there done. Just enjoy yourself, have a good time in the process, but hope this was some helpful information, and be on the lookout for a lot more information that I'm willing to teach and explain to y'all. If y'all have any other questions, interested in me making other videos or doing other content provided, just let me know. I enjoy this and I had a good time with this. So you see I'm almost finishing this up as I repeat myself again. And the only thing next to do is most of the people like to inject it with right away after they have made down and cooled down, but I personally would rather wait a couple days. Let it sit, mark the date, just to verify when you made it. As you see that I made these on the 30th or the 29th was the day as the process started. I will let them sit to 5 to 10 days out before I inoculate them to verify there's no contaminations inside the bag first. And yes, I did want to make sure after you do impulse psyllium to give it a little break and shake just to absorb the other moisture that's around in the other bag of rice, because some of the rice grains might be dry and some of them might be overweight. But by giving that little bit of shake and bake after it is sealed, that allows you to move around the moisture as well as reform the rice back down to the forming you like. So keep that in mind, as well as you will understand that rice is a very simple and easy grain to work with once you have learned to master it. And not only that, it's a very porous grain, so there's not too much really need to recommend of breaking shakes, for the simple fact it is already a porous grain, whereas most other grains are solid. And a harder shell basically means more harder for the mycelium to decompose and to absorb as well as eat. With that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this personal information and take this information and use it wisely to the benefit of yourself as well as others around you. So as you see me pushing out all the air to verify, while I do this for a simple fact that it does not leave any air in it if it's going to sit around, so there's no contaminations available, and I do that while the flow hood is running. And then I go ahead and wrap it up as you see me, like a present. Put a little piece of tape on it, as you see so. And at this point is when I normally mark the date, which you probably ain't gonna see me doing this video because it's going to be chopped up and edited, due to me being able to fit this all into a short minute video, which I believe is not going to be too short since it happens to be almost a 20-minute video. But you see here, this one basically showing proof of sometimes when you do the impulse seal, it doesn't do it right, and by you doing two gives you a better chance of having it completely sealed. And you see as everything goes, and I'm sorry that some of the clips are a little bit longer than others and a little bit more focused than others, but I feel like those are very point focused areas for you to make sure you to remember. By completing these certain steps, you should have no problem at all making rice, as well as keeping grain rice going. Because if you noticed, the bag of rice it showed was $34, and the bags of mushroom bags were around $40, and that is about a 50 pack. So you see, I only used 70, and you see, I only used a quarter bag of rice. So if you're making that, what I believe that you're allowed to make 6 to 7 batches out of that rice. So keep that in mind. And remember, the other thing is, why do I like to use rice? We're eating it. Why not? Might make it taste good. It's my opinion. So here you go. See my finished product. And then you see the date and times is going to be on it. And this is one that is fully colonized almost. Black